Hello YouTube, Freddy Cardona here. Welcome back to another Driving and the News. We're leaving the McDonald's parking lot after having picked up a McDonald's breakfast. And we're on our way to work. And we're going to listen to 1010 Wins here in the New York metropolitan area. If you're new to the channel, my name is Freddy Cardona. This is a playlist that's on my channel. And this playlist is to record history. I record 1010 Wins in the New York metropolitan area for the purpose of recording history. So let's get right into it.
Offers a smorgasbord. Minimum wage is going up for New York City, Long Island, and Westchester, $16 next year, up to $17 by 2026. Judges will have a little more discretion when setting bail. No more gas stoves and furnaces in new construction in the years to come. New fines for unlicensed pot shops. An extra $1 in tax for a pack of cigarettes. More money for the MTA and 5 free bus routes. SUNY and CUNY tuition will go up for out-of-state residents. One item that did not survive the budget negotiations, Governor Hochul's ambitious new housing mandate. That met vocal opposition from many suburban officials. Sean Adams, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in White Plains.
This is a good time to have writer's block if you're a member of the Writers Guild of America and you usually bang out movies or TV shows for a living. That's because those people are on strike right now. Jason Nathanson went out to check out the picket line
in front of CBS Studios in Los Angeles. There were a lot of scruffy guys in hats, but also moms and babies, including Katie Culleton.
This is my daughter Hazel. She's 11 months old, and she needs mommy to pay the bills.
Why did you think it was important to bring her out here?
Well, honestly, it's because I didn't have childcare, but...
She's a writer on the recent Disney Plus series, The Santa Clauses, and she laughs at the perception that all Hollywood writers make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
That is a very, very small fraction of people. That's our 1%, and we need to have a contract that reflects everyone else.
The studios have said they're willing to raise pay, but both sides seem far apart. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Title 42 will end next week, basically creating an open door into the U.S. for asylum seekers crossing the Mexican border. The Biden administration is sending 1,500 troops down to the border, not to stop the asylum seekers, but rather to keep things somewhat orderly.
The Pentagon says the soldiers will be deployed for 90 days, adding to the already 2,500 National Guard members at the border.
These troops arrive as early as May 10th.
The administration is preparing for as many as 10,000 migrants to cross the border next week, almost doubling the daily average from March.
Title 42 might as well already have been lifted. And
Texas Republican Tony Gonzalez represents El Paso, which has seen a 130% spike in arrivals at the border.
Nicole D'Antonio reporting. Texas Governor Greg Abbott reportedly plans to bus more migrants up to New York and other cities run by Democrats, and this has Mayor Adams rather upset.
It is not about asylum seekers and migrants. All of us came from somewhere to pursue the American dream. It is the irresponsibility of the Republican Party in Washington for refusing to do real immigration reform, and it's the irresponsibility of the White House for not addressing this problem.
More buses loaded with migrants are expected to arrive from Texas today at the Port Authority bus terminal. The mayor accuses Governor Abbott of targeting cities with black mayors. 4 of the 5 most populous cities in the U.S. have black mayors. Democrats in the Senate want stronger ethics rules for the U.S. Supreme Court. This is largely a reaction to reports that Justice Clarence Thomas went on luxury vacations paid for by a major donor to the Republican Party. Dick Durbin of Illinois is chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
The Supreme Court should step up and fix this themselves. For years, they've refused. And because the court will not act, Congress must.
But ranking member Lindsey Graham says it's not really about ethics, rather about Thomas.
This assault on Justice Thomas is well beyond ethics. It is about trying to delegitimize a conservative court that was appointed through the traditional process.
Durbin had invited Chief Justice John Roberts to testify at a hearing on the matter yesterday, but Roberts declined, citing the need to preserve judicial independence. Police in Texas have arrested a Mexican national who'd been deported at least 4 times. He was wanted for murdering 5 of his neighbors after they complained about the noise he was making, shooting his gun in his backyard.
A tip into the FBI sent federal agents, U.S. Marshals, and police to a home north of Houston in the town of Cotton Chute, Texas. He was there where they found Francisco Oropeza inside of the home, says Sheriff Greg Capers.
He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry.
Oropeza's time on the run is now over. The sheriff saying the victims' families can rest easy because Oropeza is behind bars and will spend the rest of his life there. Oropeza now facing 5 counts of murder. Alex Stone, ABC News.
The Federal Reserve Board is meeting, and all indications are the result of the meeting will be another interest rate increase.
Since March of 2022, the Federal Reserve has raised interest rates for 9 consecutive meetings. Today, they're expected to do it a 10th time, by 1/4 percentage point to a new range of 5 to 5.25%. This is the fastest hiking campaign that we've seen since the early 1980s, and the Fed's rationale is simple. Although the economy is slowing down, inflation remains too high.
Business analyst Jill Schlesinger of the board does as expected. That would bring the benchmark rate to 5.1%, the highest level since 2007. It's news time at 11. Here's traffic and transit on the ones from Karen Stewart.
Taking a look at the Van Wyck Expressway, northbound Van Wyck, it's very heavy to Atlantic Avenue from back to the Belt Parkway. We've got Belt Parkway delays that start at Guy Brewer and go out into Cross Bay Boulevard, and then we've got more westbound travel delays that are going to start in Canarsie and make your way out into Stillwell Avenue. We've got eastbound delays off the Verrazano Bridge coming out into Shell Road, and off the inbound Gowanus Expressway, traffic is heavy from the bridge, the Verrazano, up into 20th Street, and then jam from 20th again up into Atlantic Avenue. The westbound BQE is moderately heavy from Greenpoint Avenue, Roosevelt Avenue, right around there, all the way down to Atlantic Avenue. And as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, the Queens Midtown Tunnel has you backed up to Maurice Avenue on the LIE West. The inbound 59th Street Bridge is tied up, especially from the Northern Boulevard approach. We have NYPD activity in the right lane on the citybound 59th Street Bridge's lower level, and over at the Hudson River, as we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels there, it's 50 minutes at the George, 45 at the Lincoln, and 45 inbound over at the Holland Tunnel. Sponsored by Hint Water. Hint infuses pure water with fruit essences to create surprisingly accurate fruit flavors without any sugar, dyed sweeteners, or calories. Available in stores or at hintwater.com. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Now let's get the 1010 Winds AccuWeather 4-day forecast from meteorologist Brian Thompson.
And we were starting off with some sunshine right now, but the clouds will tend to win out for much of the day ahead. It is going to be brisk and chilly. We do have a pretty dry radar at the moment. There will be a couple of showers around throughout the day. I think they'll be most numerous as we get closer to lunchtime and into the afternoon. Like yesterday, any heavier shower could produce small hail or a rumble of thunder. High only 54. A shower in spots early tonight, otherwise mostly cloudy, low 46. Cool tomorrow with clouds and some breaks of sun. Still a couple of showers around, mainly during the midday and afternoon, high 56. Not quite as cool Friday. I think we'll get up closer to 60 with clouds and limited sunshine. Looks like a drier day overall, though we could still see a shower in spots. But the weekend looks dry, a big change from last weekend, and we'll actually enjoy a lot of sunshine, and it will be warmer too. High 68 Saturday, up to 72 on Sunday. 48 degrees right now. It's partly sunny in Midtown, heading up to 54. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this mission of recording history for posterity. And we'll see you on the next Driving and the News.